Hi, so this is going to be a brief introduction. If you are viewing this, then you've gone to the right place. You're in Math 64 Elementary Algebra and Intermediate Algebra combined in one semester. Here's the description, if you didn't already see that when you registered for the course. Here's the syllabus that has an allowance for changes if necessary, but we should be able to stick to that schedule. Final exam schedule. These two are just actually links to your West Hills pages, where you'll find that the final exam is listed there with face-to-face classes that have required, and then online courses are set by the instructor. So our exam is currently scheduled for the 15th, but that could change to the 17th, and we'll have a discussion about that. So that is that. The other one's also the instructional calendar. I should say also a link from the My West Hills pages under current students. This one is the instructional calendar, and it tells you the semester's dates. Important ones to note are the last day to withdraw with a W. Probably more important than that is to withdraw before September 5th if you're going to want to withdraw and not have a W. If you stay in the class after the third week, you will receive a grade, and anyway, so that's pretty clear. I'm not trying to make this a complete orientation video because I want us to be able to discuss some of these things and the questions that arise in the discussion post board that we have. It's a website called Piazza, and the reason I'm using this rather than the integrated discussion board with our My West Hills is because this one actually allows for a few other tools to be integrated, and more importantly, I can have my other Math 64, which is section L01, that meets face-to-face, which is running on a similar timeline to yours, be able to be involved in the discussion so they can help benefit you, answer your questions, or vice versa, you can benefit them. And we'll just try to see if this works, if we can keep things clear between the online and the face-to-face classes. You can get the link to this when you go into the syllabus, which will also take you, provide you with instructions and take you to My Math Lab. My Math Lab is where all of our course material is going to be located. And I will send this email out with a link to the video that I'm currently recording. Piazza's link is in there. That's the place to sign up for this discussion board. And make sure you sign up with your West Hills email, your West Hills username, not a nickname, but the same registered name that you use when you registered for the college. And then a Dropbox to the material, to the same material that actually you already had access to. That was the full-time office hours, which is on the syllabus, the final exam schedule, which I just showed you, the registration card, which I'm going to open, and the instructional calendar up there at the top. So down at the bottom of the syllabus is a sheet that gives you step-by-step instructions on how to sign up for what used to be called Course Compass, which is now called My Lab and Mastering. But you should have no problem going through these steps. I want to highlight that you can sign up for temporary access. I'm assuming that you can't read this very well right now, so I'm going to go ahead and show you another version of it. It's in the syllabus, and I'll zoom in. Hope that helps. So it says if available, but definitely it is available for our class, and you can sign up for 14 days of temporary access. That gives you just enough time to gather your money and your resources and pay for the material. The course material online, you'll see when you go to sign in, is $95.20, I believe. If you buy it at other locations, it might be less. Some students have reported that they've found it for $68 on Amazon, others for $80 on Amazon, both significant savings. I know our bookstore has it for $119, and there are other renting book sites. I think one is called Chegg, CHEGG.com. I'm not endorsing any of these sites. I'm just making mention that students have referenced other places to find it. But if you buy it through the My Pearson store or write directly through the My Math Lab, you should be able to get it for at least $95.20. If you're retaking this course, or if you're taking this course subsequent to taking something like Math 61, where you've already bought the material for this book, because it is the same book if you took Math 61 at West Hills Community College, Lemoore, then you don't have to pay for the course material again. So if you have any question about that, you can ask me in the discussion board. But I think you probably know who you are, so you may not have questions about whether or not you're in that category, but you might have trouble remembering your username and password. That can be done also by going to the retrieve name and password when you go to log in. So please follow the directions to log in. Again, I said my office hours are located here. I'll be dedicating time to get onto the discussion board on Mondays and Wednesdays. And if you have questions about that, you can let me know. So I think from here I'll tap out and I'll say there are proctored exams that we need to talk about. This class is an online class, but it does have required tests to be proctored. The proctoring can occur through visits to my office when we've made an appointment, and that will be during office hours or student help hours. Or it can be done by setting up a proctor if you live out of state or out of country or whatever. The first test is going to be on September 4th. That covers chapters 1 and 2, so you better be prepared for that. And then once you have the proctoring set up for that, you're probably just going to use the same proctoring for the remaining ones. So I'll let you ask any more questions as they come. And I'll leave on this screen, so if you want to pause it and read it for any directions, go ahead and do so. I look forward to having class with you, and we'll